Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. It's weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. It's a pretty busy day here as we set up for winter weather here in the Northeast. And it's already going on to our south and west. You got a whole slew of winter storm warnings up from much of southwest Texas, northeastward through Oklahoma, and on up into Missouri. And that includes cities like Tulsa and Oklahoma City and over to St. Louis itself. Winter weather advisories continue to the northeast. Now, as far as our area is concerned, we've got winter weather advisories up over a fairly large part of the eastern Pennsylvania into southern New England, at least for the northern half of this. And let me just get rid of that. There we go. So winter weather advisories up for all of Pennsylvania, with the exceptions of the southeastern part of the state and back to about Harrisburg on southward. So a portion of south central Pennsylvania not in it. A portion of it is, and southwest Pennsylvania is not in it. Nor do we have advisories down into the state of Maryland, except for the extreme west. Advisories continue through northern New Jersey. Looks like the northern half of New Jersey, mainly north and west of the Turnpike and west of 287. East of there, no advisories posted. We have advisories up for the Hudson Valley down to about northern Westchester County, and for most of Connecticut, generally north of I-95, particularly north of Route 15. And of course, those advisories extend pretty far up into upstate New York, and you've got to go up to northeastern New York and into northern Vermont, and also into New Hampshire and Maine, where you start to get into winter storm watches. Those are up for later in the forecast period. The main issue is going to be, for most of you who are in my viewing scope, will be overnight into Thursday morning. We are going to see some ice accumulation. This is the forecast ice accumulation up until about 1 a.m. on Thursday, and we're not looking at a big deal here in terms of ice accretion. It's not as if everybody's going to get a quarter to a half an inch of ice accretion here. We're talking about generally up to around a tenth of an inch of ice accretion. There's going to be a few spots that are going to be picking up a little upside. I think that would be the counties in northwest New Jersey and a handful of counties in northeastern Pennsylvania, north of Allentown, where we could see ice accretion rates of about a tenth to 2/10 of an inch. But on the whole, even when you move up into the Hudson Valley and add a little bit more time for temperatures to go above freezing, most of the amounts that we're seeing here are on the order of a tenth of an inch or less, and that extends up into Connecticut, again, with just a few pockets that wind up being a bit higher. As far as rain is concerned, because this is going to be the issue for later Thursday night, and Friday, as the main wave moves up the coast, we're going to see some fairly substantial rain amounts here in total. Now, through 1 p.m., most of the liquid rainfall amounts are going to be on the order of about a half to 3/4 of an inch. But by the time it's all said and done, we are looking at rainfall amounts that could be on the order of 2 to as much as 3 inches in some places. And I'm also thinking that there could likely be a few thunderstorms running around in the mix here as this system evolves and moves northward. Just want to check. We're going to check really quick the Storm Prediction Center's view of things here with regards to severe weather. And let's see. I didn't think I was going to do this, and then I decided to throw it in here at the last minute. But as far as severe weather is concerned, we're looking at for tomorrow a marginal risk of severe weather up into the Delmarva Peninsula, and slight risk and even enhanced risk now being put on the map for parts of Georgia and South Carolina. I think we could still wind up seeing this area getting nudged a little bit further to the north, and the threat for a general thunderstorms initially was pushed up to Long Island and southeastern New England. They've kind of backed it down a little bit. I still think it might wind up going in the other way. So let's very quickly look at what's happening this morning. We're seeing clouds streaming in on the satellite from the southwest, and we still got a long way to go. When you've got a system like this, where it's really more about a series of waves of low pressure rather than just one storm system, you're basically putting yourself through a long process. So we have a cold front that's rolled through this morning. Most of the showers are done. We're starting to see the precipitation develop and organize with the next wave. That's what's producing some of the frozen precipitation in the winter storm warning area. That gets here during tonight, and then we're going to see weather conditions deteriorate during the overnight as the weather models are taking us on this trip here. So this is for this afternoon. Still doesn't look like too much, but you can see the area is kind of expanding here. Temperatures are going to be dropping down to near or below the freezing mark for a short time during tonight. And you can see how we break out into some sleet and freezing rain overnight and into the Thursday morning commute. By Thursday morning, many areas in central and western Pennsylvania will have gone already over to rain and temperatures would have gone above freezing, and then the threat shifts more to the northeast. Now you see that first batch go by, and we're setting up for the second main wave, that low in western North Carolina, the severe weather that'll probably break out ahead of it later tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night, and then the low runs northeastward. Most of the snow is back up in northwestern Pennsylvania and western upstate New York and into central and northern New England. On the backside, weather conditions will start to improve on Friday, although it will be a rather windy day with leftover clouds, maybe even a couple of snow showers in northeastern Pennsylvania and up the Hudson Valley Friday morning into early afternoon. And then the weekend now looks pretty good. That next weather system, we were talking about that very small window of a possibility of maybe a little bit of snow Saturday night into Sunday morning. Well, guess what? It falls completely apart because we have energy dropping down into the western part of the United States that causes the system in the east to weaken. So just to wrap it up here, winter weather advisories up for much of the areas from Pennsylvania to southern New England, with the exception of the coast, and also with the exception of southeast and southwestern Pennsylvania. The main threat is going to be ice from this. Most ice accretion rates will be at 1/10 of an inch or less, and it will be impacting some of those areas for the morning commute on Thursday. We'll keep you updated on everything that's going on, of course. So we'll have our website posts, apps will be updated as we go through the day. Look for the Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight, probably at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Thanks for watching Weather in 5. We'll see you later.